You've been told your whole life that intelligence is your greatest advantage, that your sharp mind is the key to every locked door. But here's the truth no one warned you about. Sometimes the very thing that makes you brilliant is the same thing holding you back. Being smart is not a guarantee of success. In fact, it can quietly become the biggest obstacle standing in your way. Today, we're going to uncover why intelligence alone often leads to frustration instead of fulfillment. And more importantly, how you can finally break free from the invisible cage of your own mind. Chapter 1. The Hidden Trap of Intelligence. On the surface, intelligence looks like a superpower. It wins you praise, top grades, and admiration from everyone who believes you're destined for greatness. But what they never tell you is this: intelligence has a shadow. It convinces you that thinking is the same as doing. It tricks you into believing that because you understand the path, you've already walked it. And so you build castles in your mind, but never lay a single brick in the real world. You replay scenarios in your head, calculating outcomes with perfect accuracy. Meanwhile, life quietly passes you by. Others with less talent, less brilliance, are already out there failing, learning, adjusting, and ultimately winning. Your mind, the very thing designed to liberate you, becomes the architect of your prison. Each overanalysis adds another bar to the cage. Each brilliant excuse locks the door tighter, until one day you realize you're not living, you're just thinking about living. Chapter 2. The Paralysis of Endless Thinking. Have you ever noticed how simple decisions feel impossible? To start a project, to launch an idea, to write the first page. A person with average intelligence jumps in, stumbles forward, and learns by doing. But you analyze every angle, you compare every tool, you research every possible outcome. And what begins as preparation turns into paralysis. Your brain is not working for you, it's working against you. It whispers, "Wait until you're ready. Gather more information. Make it perfect before you start." But here's the harsh reality. The world doesn't reward the best plan. It rewards the plan that gets executed. The article published beats the draft in your notes. The product launched beats the one stuck in design. And while you're still fine-tuning details, someone else has already taken the imperfect step that changes their life. Overthinking feels safe. It gives you the illusion of control. But in truth, it's just fear wearing a mask of intelligence. It keeps your hands clean but your dreams buried. And if you let it, overthinking will quietly steal your entire future. Chapter 3. The Mirage of Perfection. Perfection sounds noble. It sounds like high standards, excellence, the pursuit of greatness. But perfection is not noble. It's poison. It's the most expensive illusion you've ever bought. How many projects have you left unfinished because they weren't ready? How many ideas sit at 90% complete, locked away in a folder no one has seen? You call it refining. You call it polishing. But in reality, you are protecting yourself from judgment. If the project never leaves your desk, no one can criticize it. If the book never gets published, no one can call it bad. Perfection keeps you safe, but it also keeps you small. Because here is the truth you must face. Done will always be more valuable than perfect. The imperfect speech delivered will inspire more people than the flawless draft hidden away. The imperfect product in the hands of customers will always create more change than the one collecting dust. Perfectionism doesn't mean you care about quality. It means you're afraid. And the only cure is action. Because the world doesn't need your perfect ideas. It needs your imperfect courage. Chapter 4. Why Effort Outweighs Talent. We admire talent as if it's magic. A gifted voice, a brilliant mind, a natural athlete. But talent without effort is like a seed locked inside a glass jar. It looks full of potential, but it never grows. The formula for success has been hiding in plain sight. Performance equals talent times effort squared. Read that again. Effort counts twice. You might have been told you're smarter, faster, sharper. But if you don't apply effort daily, consistently, relentlessly, someone with half your talent will pass you by. They will outwork you. They will show up when you hesitate. They will keep moving while you are still perfecting. The truth is painful. Brilliance alone cannot compete with persistence. The genius who shows up once in a while will always lose to the ordinary person who shows up every day. The tortoise beats the hare not because it's faster, but because it never stops running. And if you've been relying on talent, it's time to change the equation. Build discipline. Build endurance. Because the world rewards consistent effort, not occasional brilliance. Chapter 5. The blind spot of emotional intelligence. Intelligence may help you solve problems, but emotional intelligence helps you solve people. And here's the shocking truth. People determine your success more than problems do. You may know how to code, but can you collaborate? You may calculate risks, but can you inspire trust? You may master theory, but can you handle conflict with grace? IQ might get you into the room, but EQ decides if people want you to stay there. The ability to connect, to listen, to empathize. That's the currency of leadership. Smart people often dismiss small talk, thinking it's beneath them. But those light conversations about weather, sports, or weekend plans, they're not meaningless. They're deposits in the bank of trust. They're the foundation of relationships that open doors. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You need to be the one people want to work with, build with, grow with. Because no matter how brilliant your idea is, you cannot execute it alone. Success is not a solo sport. It is a team effort, and EQ is the glue that binds a team together. Chapter 6. From knowledge overload to simple action. You pride yourself on knowing more than others, but the more you know, the harder it becomes to act. Knowledge is supposed to empower you. Instead, it paralyzes you. You see 1,000 possibilities, 1,000 risks, 1,000 ways it could all fall apart. And so you wait. You hesitate. You drown in your own awareness. Meanwhile, someone less informed simply starts. They take messy action. They make mistakes. But while you are still weighing options, they are already 10 steps ahead. Ignorance forces action, but intelligence tempts you into endless hesitation. The cure is radical simplicity. Strip away the noise. Choose one thing. Do it badly if you must, but do it. Success does not come from complexity. It comes from clarity. And clarity is born the moment you stop analyzing and start moving. Think of it like writing. The blank page doesn't get filled by more research on writing techniques. It gets filled by typing the first imperfect sentence. Complexity feels smart, but simplicity builds momentum. And momentum is what changes your life. Chapter 7. The Transformation Path. So where do you go from here? You already know thinking is not enough. You already know talent is not enough. You already know perfection is a trap and knowledge can weigh you down. The path forward is not in dreaming bigger. It is in acting smaller, consistently. Start before you're ready. Pick one thing, not 5, not 3, just one. And commit to doing it every single day for the next 30 days. Not perfectly, not impressively, just consistently. Document your progress. Not to optimize, not to compare, but to prove to yourself that you are capable of momentum. Each day is a brick. 30 days is a wall. And walls become structures. Structures become systems. And systems build the life you've been postponing. In 30 days, you will not be perfect, but you will be transformed. Because transformation does not require brilliance. It requires courage to begin. Your intelligence gave you potential, but only consistent action gives you power. Now the question is no longer about how smart you are. It's about whether you're smart enough to stop hiding behind intelligence, smart enough to trade endless thinking for decisive action, smart enough to replace the prison of perfection with the freedom of progress, smart enough to see that effort outweighs talent and that relationships outweigh raw IQ. Your life will not change because of what you know. It will change because of what you do, and the time to do is now. Not tomorrow, not when you're ready, not after one more book, one more plan, one more perfect idea. Now. Because the only true measure of intelligence is not how much you think, but how much you dare to act. So ask yourself, are you ready to step out of your own shadow? Are you ready to stop being trapped by your brilliance? Are you ready to build, to grow, to move? Your potential is waiting, and it's waiting for you to begin.